as a CEO and entrepreneur married to another CEO and entrepreneur, we get asked all the time to speak, except we don't often get to speak on the same stage. So in this episode of the vlog, we take a trip to Calgary where we're both speaking on the same stage at the Monetize Your Mind event. We also do a book signing and we just have a blast. I think the coolest thing that you can do if you have a partner that's in your same industry is try to find ways that you can work and travel together at the same time to really expand your relationship. Calgary holds a special place in my heart because it's the first city that I landed in at 20 some years old when I decided I got to get out of my small town. I quit the one job and the only job I ever had, and then jumped in my car and drove straight across Canada for 7 days. Calgary will always hold a special place because it was the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey.
We're in Calgary.
What are we doing? We're doing a CMAT scan. Full body scans, full blood work, full scans. So my whole thing is I will pay for my health to be preventative, to be proactive, to understand where the challenges could be starting to rise up so I can get ahead of it. All you people asking what I'm doing medical-wise in Calgary, thank you for asking. I am 100% healthy. I'm actually right here in Calgary doing a full body scan. So always looking for any anomalies. Did a full MRI, full body MRI, mole mapping. I did some weird butt stuff. Don't ask. It was like, Renee's laughing, colonoscopy. I don't know. It was like weird. And Renee and I in here. I've got a book signing tonight. If you want the info, just message me. And then also speaking at MYM, Monetize Your Mind. I'm on Friday. Renee's on Saturday. Hope you're awesome. So we checked into the hotel, straight to the workout, get a massive arm pump, and then went to a meetup for my book. I got to meet a bunch of people that were fans of my work, that follow me online, do some Q&A, and just had a blast. Hey, yeah, what's up?
Hey, how are you? So good to see you. This is Gemma. Hi.
This is Gemma?
Gemma.
Hey, Gemma, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Originally, I think they just wanted me to sign books, but I know that for me to have fun conversations when I'm doing the book signing, a little bit of content, a little bit of Q&A has to happen beforehand, so that's why I recommended it. How many of you guys get anxiety asking other people to do stuff for you? Kira, put your 2 hands up. It really comes down to this. Whatever you're scared or you're experiencing, your team does. Okay, this is a very tactical strategy. So you have a team, and you want them to be better, but they're doing stuff that's driving you nuts. Whatever frustrates you about your team, write it down. And then every week, I want you to take an hour out of your week and train them on the thing that they piss you off at. Here's why. You assume that they know what you know. You teaching them your filter on the world does 2 things. 1, you now feel like you've set the expectation for what the thing is that you want them to do looks like. And 2, you're helping them develop and grow. Here's what I've learned a long time ago. Your team, the best people, will only stay on your team if they see an opportunity for their dreams and goals to come true. Most entrepreneurs do not create a future big enough because it scares them to say it. That's the challenge. So the only way you can keep top talent is to have that vision. The only way to have that vision is to trust your talent. And the only way to trust your talent is if you train your talent. That to me is like kind of the part 2 of the book. So with that, any questions for me?
I have one.
Yeah.
So when you have people that are different disciplines and they don't necessarily all drive you nuts in the same way.
Yep.
Do you put them all in the same leadership training?
Everybody, I do leadership training for the whole company.
Yeah.
And we live stream because there's some people that are remote.
Yeah.
And the way I prioritize the things that frustrate me is what will make me the most money the fastest if I teach it to them and what impacts the most people. So if you wrote down 15 things and you had to sequence it, start with the thing that if they all started doing, you'd make the most money from.
Yeah.
And 2, what impacts the most people. That's a very good little nuance I'm gonna add in the future. Awesome, let's sign some books. Thanks for having me. You're so sweet, thanks for hosting.
Guys, you're
That was
so
really
welcome.
fun.
Thank you, see you guys later.
I loved it. I love seeing everybody so many people from Elite the coaching, like.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then what's fun is I've only ever known them through the screen, so I get to meet them in person, which I love. Yeah, that was a blast. I had a blast. Thanks, Sam, for being there, thinking about the stuff. Sam, what kind of talk should I do tomorrow?
I need content for the new book.
Okay, so more. Okay, I got a few. Okay,
New
good.
stories.
Yeah, I got some new stories.
I think the first time we ever shared a stage was Mesh Marketing in Toronto in like 2014. But this one was back to back. So we shared a stage in Nashville. And then a month and a bit later, we shared the stage at Monetize Your Mind.
Guess what Renee's looking for? Tell him.
I'm looking for
Tell him.
a man in finance.
6'5".
Trust fund.
6'5".
6'5".
Blue eyes.
Blue eyes.
Cool.
Finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes.
Right here.
When I was first asked to speak at MYM, I was nervous and excited. So it was kind of cool that we're both sharing the stage at that event.
My intention with the audience at the MYM event was really to talk about talent and talk about how a lot of our trauma shows up in our business work. It's all personal problems that just happen to show up in our business world.
The room was unlike any other event energetically. In that room were very clear, like-minded entrepreneurs and parents, and they were there to learn to be inspired, which is the big reason why I spent 2 weeks building my presentation, and I scrapped the entire presentation the night before.
What up, everybody? How's it going? Come on, let's hear it for Mark, Sarah, Jen. Let's go. Awesome. So I'm going to unpack 3 lessons that you can take away and implement right away. Number 1, start now, sell it now. Some of you guys are perfectionists, but what you really are is procrastinators in disguise. Second one is really important. And it's the idea that you are the business, right? Jay-Z's got this great line. He says, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. The business is you. Why? Because you should wake up every day and go to work on who? You. See, most people don't realize that the world isn't as it is, the world is as you are. So your business problems aren't business problems, they're people problems. That person is you, it's the person you look at in the mirror, and you have the problem with yourself, so if you fix the problem in yourself, it fixes in the business. So with that, everybody, hold that belief true, hold that energy true, hold that vision true, and I appreciate you guys for having me. Thanks for everything. Well, I had 3 points. I did, and you can see when I was like, you know what, this one took me a long time to figure out. Second one is really important, okay? The second one took me a while to figure out.
Gosh, Dan. So Dan missed a point on his talk, and I don't think anybody noticed.
And I was like, I'm really not gonna remember it.
What was it?
Is such a good one. It was, you gotta give away your best stuff. Sell it now, give away your best stuff, and then be the business.
And these are the little nuances too that really stop people from like getting on podcasts, getting on stages, speaking their voice. But it happens to the best of us. Dan forgot a point. I scrapped my entire talk the night before.
Because I forced myself to not use slides and I create custom talks every time, it's forcing me to learn how to be a better communicator. And honestly, like, I don't think I would have learned it if it wasn't for this. And I'm like literally trying to scan my brain. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? The second one took me a while to figure out. And it's the idea that you are the business. And then I was like, skip to the next one.
When we left, you were like, I want to stay. What was that for?
Just people I wanted to connect with, but I wanted to hear the speakers also because I was speaking the next day. So I wanted to get a sense of like what I can say, what I can't say, what stories might resonate better. And I realized sitting in that room that the presentation I'd put together was not what these people wanted to hear. They wanted something really authentic. And that's when I just decided to scrap the topic, which was how to do PR for your small business and to talk about authenticity.
So tell me about the event. Why did you all of a sudden start liking it or having fun? Or?
Well,
just got to see my friends, Melissa and Samantha Skelly. Said, kind of like, you're not gonna know until you're in the room. And I said that was true. And I redid my talk third time. So at the end of the day, we actually go to Dan's cousin's house for dinner, which is way out in the country. And once we got back from dinner, Dan and I chilled out for a sec, but he went pretty much straight to bed. And it was like 9:30. And I sat at my computer watching the sunset. I told myself, I'm going to work on this new talk until the sun sets. And the sun doesn't set in Calgary. It's like 11 p.m. I'm like, hey, go down.
All right, it's day 3 in Calgary. Yeah, we're gonna go get a quick pump at a pretty cool gym. I found a gym that's in a bank, an old bank in Canada. So we're gonna go get some swole on, and then after that we're gonna go see Renee speak on stage, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's do it.
The bank gym was so cool. Calgary's kind of a Western town, so think like Western style bank, like opens. I mean, it's like, why does the ceilings have to be 50 feet tall? But I have all this equipment. There's even a vault. That was crazy. And it was just a very unique gym to get a pump on.
What I hear this morning, they said, if you can't be a leader, be a cheerleader. I like that. So I'm gonna go be a cheerleader today. Let's do it. Let's talk. Oh, it's so cool. It's got a weird, I work out for a few reasons. One, right off the bat, I like to do the hardest things for the day, first thing in the day, so that when I do the things I want to do, I'm not thinking about the stuff I should have done. 2, exhaust the body to tame the mind. A lot of the self-talk, the negative self-talk, comes from the chatter. And then 3rd, sweat every day, man. People ask me all the time, how do you build your self-confidence? How do you overcome self-doubt? And it's keeping the commitments you make to yourself in private. But I'm telling you, the biggest reasons is that the pump cures all. You could be having the worst day in the world and you come to the gym and you decide to take it out on your muscles, and you're gonna walk away feeling fantastic. So, who's got my money? Who's got my money?
So Dan came in when I was getting my hair and makeup done, when the event organizers were asking for a different version of my presentation because it wasn't downloading right.
I show up and Renee's stressed out. When she speaks, she stresses herself out. So I'm talking to her friend and her friend's like, hey, go talk to her. I'm sure she wants to see. I'm like, no, she doesn't. He's like, yeah, she really does. She says she doesn't, but you should go say hello.
And then Dan comes in, hey babes, how's it going? I'm like, whoa. He's like, are you nervous for the talk? I'm like, no, but just sit down and
she's like, I'm stressed out. My slides won't convert. I'm on stage in 12 minutes. And I'm like, do you need anything? Good luck. Like,
I liked having him there. He's a good cheerleader. I loved that when I was on stage talking, I could see him in the back of the room because he was wearing the Dan Martel uniform, which was great because there were also points in the talk where I call him out and stuff. So to know that he was right there, that support, I mean, like, I get it. I get when you're going to do something scary and the people that mean the most to you are there and you can see them.
I'm the loudest, biggest fan. So I will make people stand up. I will scream her name. And the crazy part is she doesn't know it's me. I'm obnoxious. Whatever my energy level is, I double it and I bring that to when she's on stage.
And I started to tell my story about how I grew my business while having 2 babies, the burnout. And then I talked about the procedure I had in April. Just shared pictures, all of those raw images. And I got a lot of DMs after the talk saying, thank you for sharing. That was awesome. One of my favorite talks.
So we have to really ask ourselves these questions. And I want you guys to think about these too. Where are you holding yourself back? In life, in love, relationships, as parents, in business? What are you doing about it today? Right now. But really it comes down to, who are you really? And here's why. Authenticity happens when your words are truthful. You believe what you are saying. So where in your life are you inauthentic? I was inauthentic in thinking that I should be a mother to 2 babies and run a business because that looked good on me. So what is next is not what you're going to do, but really what's next is who are you going to become? Who are you going to become to make that decision to do the thing for yourself? No one's ever said no to their instinct. No one's ever been wrong by their instinct, because it's almost like God is telling you this is what you need to do. God told me last night at midnight, while the sun was still setting, I needed to share this presentation. I want to say thank you for letting me be so ecstatic to share this story and to be on this stage and to actually share this stage with my husband. So thank you.
Yeah, Renee. The best way to help your partner is ask if they want the help. Some of them don't, and that's fine too. Just go be the best version of you so that when they may want the help, you'll have the resources to help them at the highest level. When she has things going on in her business, I always show up. Anytime we need anything, if there's a stage we want to get on or podcast, we just pump each other's tires up, and it's like my favorite things.
The most important thing is you have to set agreements. And these agreements are more abiding than the law. And that is where you set boundaries around work. Like when you come home, is work done? If it is, then you can't do work. The type of conversations you're gonna have in the privacy of your home. Also too is respect the individual. Like Dan's a different person, and I respect that he likes to do crazy things and he's go, 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 and he always has to have people around, and I'm the opposite. And so when we can encourage each other to get outside their comfort zone, but also respect how we want to live, then you're good.
The overall thoughts, I had a blast with my wife. I got to see a lot of my Kelowna friends that came here for the event. I got to see my cousins who I absolutely adore and love. And I got to work out and almost throw up this morning doing leg day. And just had a blast. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, let's go.